Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. I just realized that we were going to do some stuff with our food industries, and we didn't end up doing it. We're going to go to vacuum packaging, and that's going to create a market for meat in our customs union, which is going to be very useful. Or, sorry, not for meat. For, thoughts are hard. For oil in our customs union. So, that's actually not that many buy orders. Sort of surprised the number of buy orders is that low. I guess we just don't have that many food industries. But we should. Let me see, we got some in Oklahoma that are not producing much. Oh, because those are in the Indian Territory. Same in Liberia. Well, fair enough. What does that do to the groceries market? I haven't been tracking groceries that much. Is this something I should be paying attention to? Perhaps. Perhaps, yes. Clothes are very expensive. Silk is also expensive. I should putz with my textile mills a bit. Let me see, we just got 2 on elastics. Do I have an import route for... I do. This is what's happening. Even on encourage exports, I've got somebody frickin' importing luxury clothes to me. Who? Who's done this? It's the British. Damnation. Alright, well, so that's why luxury clothes are so frickin' cheap in this customs union. Alright, well, we need to increase the size of some of these textiles industries. I tell you what. Let me see here. Ika feels like a good well, not a lot of labor available there. Oh. We need to reset production methods in Outer Hausaland. Because of the territory, what we took. Shabamzo. Oil in Antioquia, that's nice. Alright, but where can we build up? Let's build a few more levels in Dahomey, a few in Ghana, and a few in Tennessee. And maybe some more in Louisiana. Just go ahead and add those to the construction queue. Do I want to put them at the top? I think I actually do. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. We'll throw everything that's almost done on top. We are still going after Bornu, so let's go ahead and get that started. What I'm really hoping for is that we'll wind up with a movement for public health care. Because we don't have that, and that would really both improve the standard of living of the working class, as well as increasing, reducing death rates, which would be incredibly useful. Reducing mortality is a big part of increasing your ability to, increasing your workforce in the mid to late game. Which again is something we need to know. We have to worry about less than most countries because we're the United States, and we have huge migration traction. Alright, we've got a hold of Outer Hausaland already, so the state of Hausaland is nearly united. We are going to have to push them down to 0 war support before they'll accept getting rid of it, though, but we've got a huge amount of occupation over them. I wonder if Outer Hausaland is, like, way more populated than these other areas? Nope. Apparently it's all silliness. Most of their population is in Bornu, which I guess I shouldn't be surprised by. Anyway, we'll get this war knocked right out because we got other things to do. I think it might be the time to grab Futa Jallon, Futa Toro, and Segu and just kind of knock those out before someone else does. I'm thinking that might be a well, my infamy is still pretty high. Alright, beautiful. So we will go ahead and reset the production methods here again. Shabamzo. And now we've got some real industry running here. And so I'm pretty pleased about that. Don't have a lot of population. Population growth is pretty low. We got some turmoil, we got some devastation, and we got an infrastructure shortage. let's go ahead and build up a couple more... no, wait, hold on. Let's see if the railways increase in employment. Because if the railways increase in employment, then we might actually not actually need more railways. It might actually just be a question of waiting until these get going, as it were. What is going on over here? Aristocratic revolts in the East India Company. That's interesting. Probably not going to get involved. Alright, workplace safety and social security are both up to level 2. That should be rock solid. We're spending a lot getting this railway up to being fully employed, but Outer Hausaland needs the infrastructure, so there's nothing else I can really do about that. They've got to have access to the market. Oh man, Susan B. Anthony has passed away. That's sad. Can I get someone in here who wants healthcare, please? Doesn't seem like it. Regulatory bodies. You're a corporatist. Dang. Alright, well, nobody I want to bring in right now. Unless there's some kind of chicanery I can get up to. We'll look into more options later. So, we are down to 20.9 infamy. So there's definitely work we can get done here. Let me see. Futa Jallon is one country. If I conquer them, it's 7.1 infamy. That's pretty doable. Again, we got an 8th army that nobody asked for. I don't know what's going on with the conscription in this build of the game. Ooh. Anglo-Canadian mass immigration. Wonderful. Super duper cool. Chokwe diplomatic play. Alright, where is that happening? That is happening in Central Africa. The army of Central Africa will deal with it. Let me see. Chokwe, what kind of a military do you have? Pretty much not a one? Cool. Easy peasy. I can deal with that lickety-split, no problem. Ah, I love having low infamy. I say, even as I continue to increase my infamy potential here. Where's the Army of California? Why aren't they over there? Set the home HQ to the Pacific Coast, please. Maybe I should create an Army of Alaska. Oh, here's an event. Another Hell on Earth event. So, now that we have workers' protections, I've got a third option here. Again, our first two options are we can slow down production, which is extra mortality. Or we cannot slow down production, which is extra mortality. Second one is launch an inquiry into conditions, reduce rubber throughput, or the perpetrators will pay for their crimes, which is a smaller penalty to throughput. I'm going to go with the third one, and that's definitely going to stop future situations from happening. It's definitely not going to lead to even more issues. So, what can I do? It's been a while since I've looked at my urban centers throughput. Let me see, we are on covered markets, which I do want to stay on. Public trams would make a lot of these places more productive. I'm going to go to that. And I'm hoping that's going to work. Hoping I'm not making a giant mistake there. I'm just kind of going based on vibes at this point. How's the infrastructure situation in Outer Hausaland? Infrastructure's good in Outer Hausaland. Beautiful. That is just beautiful. Oh, I'm so very pleased. Oh, interesting. So the country no longer has, or the state no longer has turmoil, which is very nice. Colonization is going well. We have almost completely grabbed Dar al Kuti, We've cut off British colonization over here, so if we can continue this way, I'll be super pleased. We may also be able to start grabbing states in here, although it's a lot of infamy for not a lot of territory, so we might not be doing as much of that. Exile from Hanover, very interesting. Yeah, so I think next it's going to be Futa Jallon, and I think basically getting done with this war will put us right in the right within spitting distance of being able to do that. Peru Bolivia is our puppet now, and there's the 2 arms. Colonization of Herrera land is complete. That's beautiful. We'll start the incorporation right away. So what options? Okay, no additional colonization options over here. That's just fine. Little worried about Great Britain outrunning us here, but creating some really gross, awkward borders here. But not too worried about that. So from a research perspective, we're working on rotary valve. Yeah, we're trying to get up to radio. So once radio is done, oil and Antioquia once again. Once radio is done, we'll go ahead and grab the automatic machine gun, defense in depth. Well, the bolt... No, actually... Hold on. Once radio is done, we'll grab defense in depth. There's the end of that war. And there's the rotary valve engine. That's wonderful. I have an event somewhere? No. We'll grab defense in depth, then we'll go back through to the automatic... Well... We'll grab defense in depth. We'll grab automatic machine gun. We'll grab wargaming, and then we'll grab NCO training. And getting us up to NCO training is going to be super duper useful in terms of our ability to lock down our military supremacy. Hamburg backs down. I didn't even know Hamburg had a thing going on, to be completely honest. I'm going to be completely honest with you, the viewer, that I wasn't really paying attention. I should have a low enough infamy to be able to grab Futa Jallon pretty soon. Once again, they are going to be 7.2. So if I'm at 17.7 or below, it shouldn't be a problem. By the way, I know the game wants me to establish colonial administrations, but I don't want to. I want to have these areas as states. They're going to be states, except for these ones. These ones are going to take... Well, wait, hold up. Why are these 5 years? Oh, because we have an African heritage culture here. Which one? Oh, Tarig is African heritage. Oh, beautiful. I didn't even realize. Alright, let's get these areas incorporated. Ugh, East Sahara is doing real bad. Things are going real bad over here. Well, we'll sort that out once we have a chance. Sahara definitely needs infrastructure. I way overbuilt. Actually, they both need infrastructure. And I am building railways, but this one needs more railways. So that was dumb of me. Typical excellent management by the GenCat. We'll get those areas starting incorporated. Chad is already incorporated. That's wonderful. And Outer Hausaland is as well. So that puts us where we want to be. A little bit of management, just enough time to get low enough infamy to conquer Futa Jallon. So it looks like Spain and Carta are likely to stand alongside them. I'm not interested in concerning myself too much with that. If Spain wants to fight, then Spain will fight. What kind of production methods do they have for their barracks here? Line infantry, mobile artillery, and dragoons. Not at all worried. We got trench infantry and shrapnel artillery. It's not going to be a big deal. Slavery and colonial labor. We've had this event before, but let's take a look at it again. Despite our proclaimed goal of ending the slave trade in Africa, recent reports suggest that laborers in American Zambia are in all but name slaves under our own colonial administration. The young man who had been scribbling furiously suddenly seemed lightheaded and gestured to the interpreter to stop. You'll have to excuse me. This must all be documented, but being new to the continent, I'm not accustomed to hearing of such savage behavior. The interpreter seemed confused for a moment and turned back to explain the interruption. The old local man he was interviewing responded, and the interpreter turned back to the young man. He says he was not accustomed to it either until your countrymen arrived. This is utter hypocrisy. These abuses must end. Increased standard of living. Reduce plantations throughput. Angry southern planters. Or it may seem similar, but the hard work we provide builds character. Angry trade unions and intelligentsia. I'm going to go with the first one. Extra standard of living for the lower classes is pretty good. Still, I'm going to raise conscripts. I don't want to have to concern myself too much with the situation. Just make sure that my force comparison is rock solid, and that I don't wind up having anyone who's going to create a problem for me. So, Carta, almost assuredly going to step in. We'll see if Spain steps in. If Spain steps in... Oh! French Empire sides with them. That is interesting. Well, I guess we'll have to get everyone together. I can't sway Great Britain with call ally. Interesting. They want a transfer of Benin. Or the transfer of a state. The only state they want is Herero-land. Absolutely not. Or American Botswana. Where is American Botswana? Alright, let's go ahead and use... Where's the finder? American Botswana is here. That's a lot of territory. I guess I'm going to have to fight them myself. So let's mobilize the conscripts. Alright. Happily, because we broke Senegal off from France, France no longer has any holdings here on the continent. On the other hand, I could steal French Gabon without... Ooh. It would only be 5.7 infamy. I'm going to do it. Throw that in there. I'm going to make myself a little infamous. We'll send the American Expeditionary Force to work on it. And I think I'll send the Army of the Isthmus as well. We'll go ahead and send the Army of Central Africa there, now that they're getting fully mobilized, and the Army of Florida as well. I'm going to once again leave the Army of the United States in the United States, and the Army of California, I'm going to do the same, at least for now, and we'll kind of see how things go. I don't think they'll be able to get to Futa Jallon, so I'm still basically pretty confident in that whole situation. I'm also reasonably confident in my ability to actually take this territory. I should have waited until later on in the escalation. Again, I could sway Great Britain here, but not by calling them as an ally, not without giving them something. Let me see, force comparison is going to look really solid over here. Force comparison here is pretty good. How are they getting here? How are they getting here? Excuse me, sir? Sir. How are you... Sir, you are crossing enemy to... Alright, well, we'll put the American Expeditionary Force on this front then, I suppose. And we'll do the same with the Army of Florida. I still want the American Expeditionary Force on what I see as another main front. Baratza Uprising. Okay, that's fine. No, that's fine. That's fine. The Army of Central Africa can handle it. With the Army of the Isthmus getting here, this is the Army of the Expeditionary Force. Alright, well, you know, I'm a simple cat with simple desires. I am going to send a fleet to raid there. Where is the West African fleet. What have I done with my West African fleet? Oh, it's over here. Alright, this fleet is going to come back around and go to this sea node, and hopefully that'll be able to goof up French shipping in the area. And then I won't have to worry about things. Force comparison here is okay. Let's go ahead and put these armies on defense for now, until the enemy wears themselves out. And then, once they're done throwing themselves against our trenches for a while, we can go forward with an attack. Force comparison here is looking really solid. We're in the countdown to war. No one else seems interested in the diplomatic play. I am feeling actually pretty confident. But again, I am a great power. Oop. There was a war going on over here. There's not anymore. And there we go. So, can the army of the Isthmus... Alright, you're in the right place. Naval invasion in DC. We've got a large... the Army of the Americas is in the area, so that will not be a problem. They are in the area, right? They're not. Gosh darn it. Let's go ahead and send the Army of California to New England just to make sure there's not any chicanery going on over there. And we'll send the Pacific Fleet somewhere else. Alright, force comparison here looks really, really solid now all of a sudden. So we will put all of these armies on advance. Because again, if we can get this territory, we're good to go. Like, if we can get this territory, this war is basically done. Now that we've already got Futa Jallon, or now that we've already got French Gabon, we've just grabbed that now. And we're trying to invade Peru. Let's go ahead and put the Army of the Isthmus down there to protect Peru-Bolivia. English mass immigration. Excellent. And we are successfully attacking here at this point. We are fighting the French in on the sea. Alright, things are looking pretty okay. Again, once we've won some more battles over here, we'll be in a good position. Latvian mass immigration, wonderful. Commander commends Civic Coalition. General Foster, our Democrat who sides with the trade unions, has made public statements in support of the Socialist Party of America, bringing into question the political neutrality of the army, of the military. It is my duty to defend the nation and its interests. Politics is as much a part of that as war and battles and logistics are. I don't see the problem with doing my duty and doing what I can to make sure those who are best fit to protect the nation and to being the ones in charge. He is a Democrat. He can say what he wants, extra momentum, or reprimand him. Good soldiers give orders, they don't take them. I'm going to say he can say what he wants. Let's take a quick look at how things are in the election. Yeah, you know, they're about the same. My reduction of the strength of the, there's war with Baratza, very good. So got an army over there, right? Yes. Invasion is stalled due to me fighting them, and I am actually winning this naval battle. Which I'm pretty pleased about. I think I'm mostly winning on numbers, because I think this might have started before. Oh no, this is just the only fleet they've got, and they've got a huge force. That's very funny. And we have an event. Democratic Solidarity. In a pro-suffrage gesture, Pedro Serrano has released a positive endorsement of the Republican Party for its stalwart support of voting rights in the United States of America. There is no issue in our republic greater than that of the franchise, the method through which the people may decide any future which comes their way. With this in mind, my endorsement should come to no surprise. Extra momentum for the Republican Party. The Republican Party is the guardian of the American franchise, or perhaps some party members more than others. Extra strength for the yeoman farmers. And 20% momentum. I'm just going to say 30% momentum. That's just fine with me. Futa Jallon does currently have war support protection, but they will lose it as soon as they're conquered. And then we'll probably be able to get this war done and done with. I'm hoping, at least. Although, you know, it would be fine to continue to shoot at invading French forces. That would be just fine with me. Let me see. Force comparison here is okay. It'll be better when we get this army over here from the Baratza front. Bourgeois fears. To avert the fears of the upper class with regards to the potential Socialist Party of America government, George Fuller has carried out a series of meetings with wealthy influencers, stating the importance of reform, still adhering to American values. It is simply the case that if there are no reforms to American society, there will be a socialist revolution. I do not embrace this. In fact, I hate it like sin. But this is reality. You must see this as clearly as I do. And so the question comes to this. How do we avert this? Reform against revolution, extra momentum for the socialists? Now, try as they might, they will always be Reds, reduce momentum for the socialists. Yeoman farmers become radical. I think we can afford to give the socialists a little bit of momentum. So, we're still looking at only 24% for the socialists. Momentum numbers are high, but projected vote count for the Socialist Party is very, very low. So I'm feeling pretty capable overall. If we can keep winning battles here, we can win. We can get control of Futa Jallon, and everything will be rock solid. Excellent. Continuing on, this one's looking good as well. We have successfully defended against a naval invasion here. And there's the election. We won a battle over here. So, how's the government looking? Government is contested at this point. If we bring in the industrialists, it will still be contested. That's interesting. Will it be good to have the industrialists in here? I don't think so. I don't think there's anything else we want to do. They'll probably want to privatize education. And that I certainly don't want. Not in this build of the game, at least. Something going on in Zanj. Nobody wants me in there. Fine. And are we continuing to press forward in Africa? I truly hope so. First comparisons are looking rock solid. We got another Contagious Diseases Act. It seems like this is a big situation. I need another leader in this navy. Let's go with this guy. He's a dockyard organizer. And we're going to put him on convoy escort so that we can stop having the 6th French Fleet knocking away at our convoys. The Contagious Diseases Acts. The armed forces in Idaho, led by James Longstreet, are demanding a solution to high rates of venereal disease among their men. They request the enforcement of laws that allow police to detain women suspected of being prostitutes and lock hospitals on the grounds that they spread venereal disease. These fallen women are an affront to moral propriety. They must be contained and treated, lest they spread their sinful diseases across the nation. Enact it. Happier Armed Forces, -2 SOL for the lower strata, standard of living in Idaho for 20 years. Or the laws are inhumane, -1 Armed Forces opinion. I'm going to say the laws are inhumane. I don't think that's rocket science. The laws are inhumane, and that just is what it is. Armed forces are still pretty pleased with the government overall. Getting my patriotic bonus. Ooh, we got a little situation over here. Not great. Not great at all. I'm going to bet that this might be the last battle in Futa Jallon proper. Beautiful. And it is. So that means that all of these armies, at least the army of Florida, should be on their way over to here, which they are. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Finances are doing a little rough, but again, not that big of a deal. Alright, Futa Jallon is very, very willing to acquiesce at this point. France is not, but I don't believe they have war support protection. Let me see. France's war support is going down by -1.6. They've lost a lot of battles, but they haven't been occupied much. Let's go ahead and throw the Army of West Africa into Indonesia, just to get that quickly knocked out. We'll scrap this army, which doesn't need to exist. And we'll do ourselves a little naval invasion of uh, of French Guyana using the army of Florida. And then the American Expeditionary Force. Let's give some of these guys promotions. Let's give all of these guys promotions. This will be an army led by a command of equals. I've decided. You're on your way over here, clearly. So we'll send the army of Florida to invade there. Just get us a little bit more occupation. We can win some more battles against France. Got some areas isolated. Interesting. Hemba diplomatic play. Well, that is unfortunate. We are still winning the battle here against Baratza. I'm going to add another general to this army. We'll grab this guy even though he's reckless. Because that's just what I've got to have. Spain sides with Bali against Great Britain. Well, that's fine. That is just fine. There was a naval invasion somewhere, but it's... Okay, beautiful. So, now the army of Florida will go up against... Wasn't there another diplomatic play against me? Am I crazy? Was there not a diplomatic play against me just now? Was there not somebody talking about launching a diplomatic play contre de moi? Thank you, thank you. I'm here with French lessons all day. I guess not. I think maybe there was a small country that we finished colonizing. Nicaraguan bourgeois revolt is kicking off. We're not. We might not make it in time. Italy sides with Bali against Great Britain. You know, Great Britain... I might declare neutrality just to get out of the way here. On the other hand, what could I get for supporting Great Britain? Not much, it seems like. Kandahar or Kabulistan, Eastern New Guinea, Bougainville, East Micronesia, British East Angola, which is I think here. Yes. Or British Botswana. I'm really tempted to do this, but finances are borked, so I think I'm just going to not bother. So I am actually going to declare neutrality over here. Because I've seen them do that. I don't lose anything for doing that. Alright. Futa Jallon has been successfully capitulated. Karta is still a protectorate of Great Britain's. Let's go ahead and reset production methods over here before I forget. Kablam. Alright, so now it's just a matter of fighting off the French, which I will be able to do in good order because they have no war support protection. It's going to take some time. I'm going to have... Very good, that's sorted out. So I'm going to send... Oops. What is this? Mahra wants to give us investment rights? No, thank you. So now we're on our way to fight on this front in Peru-Bolivia. And that is going just fine. Again, we've got armies nobody asked for. West African fleet has been defeated, unfortunately. We will throw the Atlantic fleet... Oh, no, they don't want to be there. West African fleet has been repaired. Wonderful. We sure have got a lot of armies in these zones. And things are getting a little silly. If I send this army here, how long will it take them to get there? 49 days. Gosh. Gosh and also golly. Well, here's hoping. We've got a lot of fronts available, so let's hope we can defend Peru, Bolivia over here. If not, it's not the end of the world. Not a tragedy. I think once the battle in Baratza is finished, we are going to place this army here defending Gabon, which we have stolen away from the French, to make sure that it remains stolen away. Well, what is this? Defensive pact with Japan. No, thank you. I would prefer to get a protectorate ship the next time you have a massive rebellion. Japan, that's really what I want out of this relationship, and I don't think it's unfair of me to want that, because I am America. Let me see. How's French war support now? They're still holding. They've taken quite a bit of casualties, but these are normal. I am actually going to, I think, let my finances are pretty rough. I might pause government construction at this time, but I actually don't think so. Alright, we're winning over here. Force comparisons are looking solid. We've got a hold of this area. We're defending French Gabon. Occupied French Gabon, that is. We're sneaking in the north. Probably shouldn't have put this giant force here. Ooh, things are rough. Well, it is what it is. I'm going to put these armies on defense. Just to make sure that we're not sort of wasting precious resources going forward. France is pretty likely to give up French Gabon as soon as they're below 0 war support. So I'm feeling pretty confident in my overall ability to win this. Actually, force comparison over here is looking even better. Oil rush in Nebraska. Encourage the trend. Oil is the future. This is a gigantic battle, which we are losing, but force comparison here is looking better than ever. I think it's because we're dealing a lot of casualties to the enemy, and we've got a new army coming in as well. So I'll set these to defense once again. I think that was the one that was pushing the northern front here. I don't know where these armies are going, but I'm a little worried about it. You're going through Mexico, but to go where? You seem to be moving north. Okay, going into the ocean. Maybe they're just going back to France? Oh, there's a knee? No, that's in Italy. This is a very curious war, I must say, friends. An extremely curious war indeed. How are casualties looking now? Force casualty comparisons looking really favorable to us, frankly. Having trenches is a huge advantage. I think France has some, but I don't know to what extent they are a trench fighting army. We are below our maximum gold reserve now, which is pretty shocking. I'm still not worried. This is only going to be a few more weeks if they continue to lose war support at the rate they're losing war support. So I think I can continue without a problem. I don't have any diplomatic plays in this situation affecting me, so I think this will cease to be this in the red will cease to be an issue once we've gotten done with this war, which is only going to take a few more weeks. And we're already down to only 21 infamy. Plus, we're getting some territory out of France and a... Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. The occupation numbers disappeared for a second, and I was like, uh-oh! Alright, so, will they accept... No, they will not, but it's very close. This will only be a few more weeks. French Empire is continuing to lose 2.5 war support per week, so that shouldn't be much of a problem at all. Plus, because we're winning battles over here, I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm just going to let one more week go by just to make sure that that number is positive. Beautiful. Alright, give me Gabon. Alright. I have seized the null state. Incorporate. Whew! What fantastic timing. So what is this? This is a communist revolution in Guatemala. Whew. Do I have any extra sneaky armies? A few. What is going on with manpower in the army of Oh, that's organization. I see. This army needs another leader, and I think I know just the guy. Oh, he's a humanitarian. He's ambitious and a woodland combat expert. He's perfect. Alright, we're going to feed directly into another war, but actually, I need to stop and put an episode break in here because this episode has gone on way too long. So, that is all for tonight. We've had a lovely little war with France, and we're moving on to further conquests. For now, though, I've had fun. I hope you've had fun, and I'll see you on the other side.